These days, as businesses gather exponentially more data, we're all coming to understand that more data isn't always better. In actuality, an organization may suffer from an excess of data if its quality is questionable and decision-making becomes sluggish or inaccurate. By the end of 2022, Airbnb had welcomed 1.4 billion guests overall. As a result of this rapid expansion, we reached a turning point where our data practitioners were being hampered by declining data quality. It was challenging to deliver weekly metric reports on schedule. Metrics that appeared simple, such active listings, were dependent on a complex network of upstream relationships. To overcome hidden caveats in our data, meaningful data work required substantial institutional expertise. We developed the Midas procedure to validate our data in order to address this problem. Beginning in 2020, the Midas process has significantly improved the quality and timeliness of Airbnb's most important data, in conjunction with efforts to re-architect our most important data models. But meeting all of Midas' requirements for data quality necessitates a large cross-functional investment in order to design, build, validate, and manage the appropriate data assets and documentation. Although this made sense for our most important data, implementing such strict criteria on a large scale caused difficulties. We were getting close to the point where the returns on our investments in data quality would shrink. Our most important assets have been recertified, gaining their credibility back. We lacked visibility into the quality of all of our uncertified data, which made up the majority of our offline data, and we lacked defined procedures for improving it. How might we implement Midas' best practices and hard-won victories throughout our whole data warehouse? We present Airbnb's data quality score, an inventive method of evaluating data quality, in this video. We'll go over how the data quality score was created, how it's now applied, and how it will drive Airbnb's next phase of data quality. Scaling data quality. We started looking for methods for improving data quality after Midas certification in 2022. Producers of data were asking for a less rigorous and time-consuming method that could offer some of the Midas quality controls. Data consumers, meanwhile, kept ignoring any data that wasn't Midas certified. Customers began to wonder if they should believe any uncertified data because of the strong brand associated with Midas certified data. We didn't want to introduce a light version of certification that further stratified our data without actually unlocking long-term scalability, so we were hesitant to water down the Midas branding. We made the decision to switch to a data quality approach in light of these difficulties, one that placed the incentives related to data quality directly in the hands of data producers and users. We decided that in order to scale data quality at Airbnb, we could no longer rely on enforcement, and that instead, we would need to rely on customer and data producer incentives. We felt that it would be crucial to offer the idea of a data quality score that is directly linked to data assets in order to properly support this incentivization strategy. Composing the score. We defined our data quality score guiding principles in order to drive agreement on the vision before delving into the specifics of measuring data quality. Based on feedback from a multidisciplinary team of data professionals, we reached consensus on the following guiding principles. Any data asset that falls within the scope of the data warehouse is eligible for full coverage. 100% of the inputs used to calculate the score are collected automatically. Actionable. Both producers and consumers can easily find and utilize the score. The multidimensional score can be broken down into data quality pillars. Evolvable. The definitions of the scoring criteria are subject to alter throughout time. Even though they might appear clear-cut or easy to create, these principles were crucial because they informed every choice made when creating this soundtrack. Issues that could have potentially halted advancement were traced back to our core values. For instance, choosing which items from our wish list of scoring criteria to take into account required careful consideration of our guiding values. Numerous inputs were undoubtedly useful in measuring quality, but they were eliminated if they could not be measured automatically, automated, or if their complexity prevented data practitioners from comprehending the criteria or how to improve them. Additionally, some of the input signals we had were more like proxies for quality, such as legitimate ownership, excellent governance hygiene, the usage of paved path tooling, and others that more directly measure quality, Midas certification, data validation, bugs, SLAs, automated data quality checks, etc., were the direct and more explicit quality measurements worth more than the proxies. We ultimately decided to have 4 characteristics of data quality: accuracy, reliability, timeliness, stewardship, and usability, all of which were guided by our guiding principles. These 4 dimensions make the most sense as axes of progress, where we care about and are willing to spend in enhancing our data along these dimensions. We looked at a number of other potential dimensions as well, but these 4 were the most significant and helpful to our data practitioners. Every dimension may combine implicit and explicit quality indicators. The important point is that while not every data consumer must comprehend every single scoring element, they will be able to discern that a dataset with low reliability and usability scores has trouble arriving on time is challenging to use. Presenting the score to practitioners. We were aware that the data quality score's acceptance and effectiveness depended on its presentation in an explorable, useful manner. In addition, we needed to present data quality details in the same location where consumers had previously found and examined the data. Fortunately, we already had two tools that would make this much simpler: the Unified Metadata Service, UMS, and Data Portal, which is Airbnb's data catalog and exploration user interface, a daily offline data pipeline that gathers and modifies several metadata pieces from our data systems, computes the score itself. The pipeline's last step uploads each data asset's score into UMS. We can display the data quality score and its elements next to each and every data asset in Data Portal, the beginning point for all data exploration and discovery at Airbnb. By importing the score into UMS, making its presentation was all that was left to do. Introducing the idea of quality to data practitioners with different levels of experience and needs was one of our objectives. The certified versus uncertified dynamic had been widely embraced by our user base, but this was the first time we would be introducing the idea of a spectrum of quality and the standards by which quality was defined. Which data quality score variation would be the easiest to understand? A single data quality score that was meaningful at a glance and allowed for more exploration was what we needed to be able to offer. How the score is being used today. For those that generate data, the score offers well-defined, doable actions to raise their assets' data quality, quantified data quality, which gauges their output, unambiguous expectations regarding data quality, goals for the cleanup of tech debt. From the standpoint of data strategy, we are utilizing the data quality score in conjunction with internal query data to propel data quality initiatives throughout our data warehouse. We are able to steer data teams toward the most significant data quality improvements by taking into account both the volume and the type of consumption, whether a specific statistic is surfaced in our executive reports. Teams that were ignorant of their long tail of low-quality assets have benefited greatly from this visibility, and it has allowed us to increase our expenditures in high-quality heavy-lift data models, which power a sizable portion of our data consumption. Ultimately, we were able to give our data producers consistent instructions on how to create high-quality, even if uncertified, assets by creating the data quality score. Certification has not been superseded by the data quality score. For example, only MIDA-certified data can obtain a data quality score greater than 90. We maintain the rigor, manual validation, and certification upkeep of our most crucial subset of data because we think the use cases for these assets will always justify it. On the other hand, the data quality score upholds and expands upon the Midas ideals throughout our warehouse. And there you have it, the groundbreaking Airbnb data quality score. If you found this exploration of data quality and its impact on decision-making insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for joining us on this data-driven journey. If you have any questions or thoughts on data quality, or if there's a specific topic you'd like us to cover in future videos, drop them in the comments below. Until next time, stay data-driven and stay subscribed.